Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So I've updated the farming. Now there's a couple of changes. Instead of ABMs, it uses node timers. Also, I made it a bit more random, so it seems to actually function better than it did before. And also, I have made it so that instead of the soil checking if there's a water source in the area, it'll check on the same y-axis instead of checking above it in a circle. So hopefully that makes sense. So let me just go through a couple changes here. Now you can do stuff like this. And you can basically get all your crops by doing that. And so if I plant a bunch more, you can see I have the growth rate cranked up right now, and that's specifically to show how everything grows. And for this video, the growth isn't going to be random, but when I do the git changes after this video, it's going to take a bit more time than this. So one thing I wanted to show was if we take away this water, it's going to degrade the water or the soil back to dry soil completely randomly, and then the next stage after that, it'll turn back into dirt. And you can see it's breaking your crops as it turns back into dirt. And we actually got some stuff from that. But if we put that water source back, it will resaturate the soil that has not untilled itself. So one pretty major change that most of you guys probably actually didn't know this was a feature, but if you point at soil, you can no longer take the water out of the soil and make it dry. And also you can no longer, if you have a bucket of water, right click soil and make it wet. So that no longer works, because what was happening was with farms like this, if you right clicked right here, it would cause problems, and one of the functions would override the other. So you could basically get infinite water, or you could infinitely place water into a water source, and it just didn't work properly. So I changed it back to kind of the way Minecraft and Minetest works, but not really. So it works a lot better now is what I'm trying to say. Also, one thing I noticed when I was playtesting this was with the collision boxes and the selection boxes of or there's no collision box for the crops, but the selection box for the crops, you can see it's flat now. I was having problems where I would constantly click the other crop that I just planted, or if I planted one ahead, it would override where I'm trying to point. And I made it so you have to point at the soil to actually plant, kind of like in real life. But if you walk backwards, it's actually really easy to plant. I've also fixed a bug where you used to be able to infinitely plant into an already planted crop. That is no longer the case. It actually works properly now, which is fantastic. So yeah, I made this little two-story thing just to show you guys. You can make a nice little farm now. I don't like the water drip like in Minecraft. I don't think I'm going to put that into the game, but you can see when your soil is saturated versus when it's not. And one thing I wanted to show was you could put a stone right here, or literally any full-size node, and you can no longer walk into your water source. So you don't have to worry about your water source being a constant nuisance. And I'll just show you guys this working like this. Basically, it will go from stage to stage, and it will slowly erode itself, basically. And I think I'm going to keep the soil changed at this speed because it seems to work very well. And it's fully turning back in. And now we can go over here so I can show you something else. So the soil has to be on the same y coordinate, and it has to be within 3 nodes of it. So let me just show you what that means. So you can see everything that wasn't on the same y coordinate, even though it was within the distance of the water source, it has turned back into soil because it's not on the same plane. And everything that is not within 3 nodes of the actual water source on the same plane, it has turned back into dirt. And then eventually grass spread will override the dirt and it will turn back into grass. So anyways guys, I hope that explains everything for the nodes that grow in place. Let me just show you the actual plants that grow upwards. So they have to be within 4 nodes. They can be slightly farther, and they can be on dirt, grass, sand, and both types of soil. And these are cranked up as well. You can see that it can be 1 farther, but if it's more than 4 nodes away, then it will no longer grow. Also, this growth rate is accelerated too, so we just dig at it, it will slowly go up. Same with the cactuses. If you try to place one of these nodes and it has nothing under it, or it has something that's not soil under it, it will turn right back into an item. So same with this, and you can place it anywhere, it just won't grow basically. So I think that's all I got for you guys right now. I'll see you guys in the next video, and peace out.